Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to do the Wheel of Health. Okay, so if we take a look at this sheet here, okay, make sure that you draw a wheel and make sure that you draw a cross and then make sure, a cross, and then make sure you draw an X, and you can add more if you'd like. And at the outer rim, write down everything that you feel would help you feel more healthy, right? So it could be very particular exercises. It could be walking outside in nature, hiking. It could be nutrition. It could be doing meditation. Whatever you feel would improve your health. So you're just writing a bunch of things that you feel would improve your health. As many things as you want. And just go ahead and you can pause me at any time. And then what you're going to do after that is you're going to label 0 through 10. So 0 being the least, 10 being the most. You're going to label each line 0 through 10 so that you want to rate everything. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is, and again, just pause me if you need time. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to color in, whether you want to use colored pencils or a pen or a pencil, you are going to color in like how well you think you're doing with that particular health area. So let's just say you feel like you're a 10 when it comes to meditation, but you feel like you're a 0 at doing boot camp. You know, like that's just an example. So just write down all the different things that you feel will improve your health, and then rate them on a scale of 0 to 10 as to where you feel you're at with those particular health areas of your life. And then when you're done with that, come on back and we're going to ask some questions. Okay, so go ahead and pause me. Okay, and then when you're done, come on back and let's go over your wheel. Okay, so right now you should have written down all the different health areas in your life on your wheel, and then coloring in 0 to 10 on each one, as to like where you would rate it from a scale of 0 to 10 on where you're at with making it happen, with how much time you spend in those areas of health. Okay, so now we're going to start asking some questions. So how do you feel about your life as you look at your wheel? And you could go ahead and pause me at any time. Okay, that's question number 1. How do you feel about your life as you look at your, I should say, how do you feel about your health? I guess I should say, how do you feel about your health as you look at your wheel would be probably a better question. Sorry for the beeping. Okay, next question. Are there any surprises for you? Now, again, as you're writing, you're channeling through your soul's channeling through you. So that's why it's really good exercise to do this life coaching so that you come up with your own answers. Are there any surprises for you? Okay, next question. How do you currently spend time in these health areas? How do you currently spend time? How do you currently spend time? How? Right? So you want to kind of look at and say, oh, well, it looks like I'm spending a lot of time meditating and I'm spending a lot of time walking, but I'm not doing a whole lot of cardio. So you kind of want to write down, how are you spending your time? Just looking at your chart there. Okay. And then after you've written that down, you're going to answer, how would you like to spend time in these areas? So if you feel like there needs to be more of a balance, if you feel like, well, I feel like I'd like to spend a little more time doing boot camp, right? Or I feel like I just want to spend more time, out in nature or whatever it is. Okay. So you're just going to ask yourself and write down, how would you like to spend time in these areas? Okay. Maybe have a bit more of a balance. Or maybe everything's a 5, right? Or everything's a 10, even better. Everything's a 10. So I guess the next question is, for the ones that are scoring 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or even 5, how can you make that a score of a 10 for those areas of health that are super duper low on your chart? How could you make that a score of a 10? Okay, so go ahead and write that down, and you can pause me. Okay, and then when you come back, you can write down, the next question would be, what would a score of 10 look like? What would it look like? Yeah. So what would it look like to have a score of a 10 in those areas? Like how could that, what would it mean to have a 10 in spending time with nature? What does that even look like? Does it look like, oh, I'm walking the dog, or, oh, I'm going canoeing, or how does that look to you? Okay. So looking at your chart, which of these categories would you most like to improve? Okay. And after you've answered that one, of course, pause me at any time. After you've answered that one, how could you make space for these changes in your life? How? How could you make space for these changes in your life? And again, allowing your soul to channel through you. Okay, the next question. What help and support might you need from others to make changes and be more satisfied in your health areas? Do you need more support? Do you need, like, your children to allow you, to go to a gym? What do you need? What kind of support might you need to make these changes to be more satisfied with your health areas? Okay. And then when you're done with that, next question. And what change do you want to make first? So go ahead and write that down. What change do you want to make first? Okay. And then the next question is, what is the smallest step you could take to get started? What is the smallest step you could take to get started? Okay, and then when you're done answering that, if there was one key action that would begin to bring everything into balance, what would it be? If there were one key action that would begin to bring everything into balance, what would it be? Okay, and then when you're done answering those questions, we're going to ask 2 more. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into this bag, see what we find. These are the random questions. And again, just 2 random questions that really have to do with the Twin Flame journey, actually. All right, I'm not going to look. I'm just going to pull. All right, what do we got here? How do you perceive relationships with men in your life in general? How do you perceive relationships with men in your life in general? Because really we want to ask this question because it could be affecting your relationship with your twin flame. If you have some sort of idea about men, like maybe you don't feel safe with men, or maybe you felt like your dad wronged you in some way. So that's going to affect your twin flame relationship that needs to be healed. So it really is asking yourself, how do you perceive relationships with men in general? How do you perceive? Are they good? Are they scary? Are they abundant? Are they not too many relationships with men? So just really figuring out, how do you perceive relationships with men at this time? All right, and then when you're done doing that, here's the next question. Okay, what parts of you are you not accepting? What part or parts of you are you not accepting? Is there something about yourself that you're not quite accepting? And what would that be? And allow yourself, as you're writing, for you to just channel. Again, your soul is going to kind of let you know as you're writing. All of a sudden, things are just going to hit your brain, and you're just going to start and going to be like, oh, I didn't even know that I didn't accept that about myself. So yeah, just really write down what parts of you you're not accepting. And all this is going to help you heal, and a lot of this that's going to help you to be able to master this twin flame journey, master yourself, and become the best version of yourself. Well, I do hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, everyone.